afternoon. I welcome you on behalf of ARIA Publications to this Mathematics Webinar 2.0. I am Naveen Gupta, Managing Partner of ARIA Publishing Company. This is a third webinar we are holding for mathematics teachers covering the applied mathematics. The first two webinars were conducted on 6th of August and 20th of August. They were done for the same topics. But now, after the second workshop, the second webinar, we received many emails requesting to cover financial mathematics. So somehow I requested Professor M.L. Agarwal sir, and he agreed to my request to conduct this workshop, adding one more topic of logical reasoning. So today, we will be having this mathematics webinar 2.0 covering these two topics, and I'm sure as you have enjoyed, as you are able to what Professor Agarwal sir wishes to say, you will be able to get the same message from him.
Problem of the seating arrangement. This is a problem on circular arrangement. The first example, that was a problem of linear arrangement. Here is a problem on circular arrangement. Here he is talking about 8 friends. And what are the names of those 8 friends? J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. So here are the 8 friends, and P, Q, these are the 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 friends. They are sitting around a circular table facing towards the center. Naturally, they should be just facing towards the center. If they face outward, are they going to run? So they are facing inside. So either they are having a dinner, lunch, or on a talking table. So here are the 8 people. They are sitting on a circular table. So I am making a circular table. Here are 8 people. You can make the chairs for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, say 5, 6, 7, 8. You can mark like this, or you can put them in this way. So 8 positions, they are to be marked. So I am marking these 8 positions along the circular table. Now let us try to read the information given. So Q is not a neighbor of N and M. So Q is not a neighbor of N and M. We shall take care of this. Also Q is sitting immediate left of J. So read this part of the information. So Q is sitting immediate to the left of J. I do not know where to settle J anywhere. So I am settling J here. So here is J, and Q is sitting immediate to the left of J. So you have to decide what is right, left in a circular arrangement. In a linear arrangement, the situation was very much clear. This side was the right, this side was the left. Now here is circular table. So if I go like this is my right hand, this is my left hand. So that means if I am talking right, so I will be going in this way. If I am talking left, I will be going in this way. So that is the situation. So here he says Q is sitting immediate left of G. Immediate left of G. So immediate left of G. Q is sitting towards this side. Q is sitting like this. Then let us further read it. What more is the information? So O is immediate right of K. O is immediate right of K. I do not know where I am to put K. So I can't put K here. I am to put something on the right. So I am putting K anywhere. Nothing is known to me. At which place? So I am just writing. I am putting K, say somewhere here. I am writing K. I will be taking different situation if it is not settled, then I will be taking K in this position, this position, this position, this position, we shall settle. Slowly we are going to settle the things. So I am marking this K somewhere, but O is here we notice O is immediate to the right of K. O is immediate to the right of K. This is K and O is immediate to the right. So this is what is there. Then L is sitting between N and O. This is quite a useful information. L is sitting in between N and O. So O is already settled. So L is sitting in between N and O. O is there. So here is L, this is N. L is sitting between N and O. O is there. So L is sitting in between. So naturally this L must be settled here. So that means there must be some position on this side of K. So many positions on this side of K, they must be available. If I mark somewhere K here, then so many positions will not be available on this side. So I am marking K somewhere on this side. Then further, this is given, P is a neighbor of N. P is a neighbor of N. P is a neighbor of N. So it is a neighbor. This side is already booked. So there is L on this side. P is a neighbor of N. So if P is a neighbor of N, so naturally I will have to settle P on this side. No other choice for me. And now I am left with how many people they have been settled? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only one person is left. That means M is left. So here I have settled these positions. Only M is left with me. And M is not a neighbor of Q. N is already not a neighbor of this is Q. Well, I personally feel this information is unnecessary. So here in the problem, we have taken this problem from a competition exam. Well, whatever language is written, it is in that competition paper. But I personally feel that this information N is a Q is not a neighbor of N. That is not needed in fact, because on this side of N, P is already there. So this N cannot be a neighbor of Q. Only that thing information was required that this M is not a neighbor of Q. So I am removing this much part of the information. So changing the problem little bit. So this part, Q is not a neighbor of N and M. So I am making the problem little bit sharper. I am rubbing off this information. I am saying only this much, that Q is not a neighbor of M. If Q is not a neighbor of M, so I can't create a position for M on this side. That means I cannot write K at this place. If I write K at this place, starting the position in this way, so and then I will be creating a position M on this side. So M cannot be settled here in between, because in that way this M will be a neighbor of Q. So naturally I will have to settle this M somewhere else. All these 5, they are booked together. This N, K, O, L, N and P, 5 people, they are to be settled continuously in that way. So only one thing was left, that is M was left. So here is the problem of logical reasoning, that where to settle M. I think this is the only position where I am to settle M. Otherwise I can mark 3-4 ways settling the things, that where to mark K. You can start here, you can start here, anywhere, then go on rejecting those type of situations. So ultimately, so we reach the final stage. You can read the information. So tell your students that read the information once again and settle the things. So if the things are settled, then we'll be immediately answering 4 or 5 questions. That will be the advantage. So not one question, we are answering in reality 5 questions. So here is the first problem. Write the seating arrangement. So here is the final seating arrangement. Write the neighbor of M. So write the neighbor of M. If we look upon the seating arrangement, we can immediately say who are the neighbors of M, and this J and K, they are the neighbors of M. We can tell even more. We can say K is on the right side, J is on the left side. But he is saying only the neighbors of M. So we can say J and K, they are the neighbors of M. Write the person sitting just left of Q. Just left of Q. So here is the left of Q. So left of Q, just left of Q. So P is the person who is sitting just left of Q. Then write the person sitting between L and P. L and P. Well, here is L and P. Who is the person sitting in between? So it's N. Write the neighbor of K. Write the neighbors of K. So we can write the neighbors of K. You can look upon the situation. So here are the neighbors of K, M and O. You can tell right neighbor. You can tell even more left neighbor. So that is a type of situation. I think these two problems, they give us a good view of what we are going to say in linear arrangements and circular arrangements. So in the exercise, you will find 5-6 problems, and I hope so that they may be little bit simpler than this problem. So no difficulty should arise in doing those problems, and they are very good problems.
Topics were discussed, the same syllabus was there, but the level of difficulty level was different. So if you feel that standard 9th maths, syllabus is the same, but in basic mathematics, he just reduced the level of the problems, the number of questions, and everything he was able to do. One more thing, during this period, as he was getting more and more, I will not say older, I'll just use the word, he was getting more and more experienced. So he thought of adding one more person with him. And for that purpose, one person, Mr. Neeraj Jain, whom he just asked him to join with him. And in many books, he started helping Professor Agarwal in yesterday 4-5 years. And you must have seen his name also appearing on many books. And this year, 2 major books where Professor Agarwal sir associated him. One was a textbook of mathematics for class 11th, which was released this year, and Mr. Neeraj Jain worked practically as a co-author in this book. And when applied maths came, he became the co-author, taking care of the subject matter which was required, and he did everything. For a professor who was teaching MSc in DAV College Jalandhar, coming down to the level of 6th, 7th and 8th, I think it took him a lot of time, but he became a student of 6th, 7th and 8th before he could write those books. He came to their level and he emphasized on concepts only. So I'll say, even at this stage, make the concepts clear. And maths is practice, everybody knows you have to do more and more practice. And those questions also came in the shape of question banks for class 12. All sample papers for 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th he has prepared. They have been very widely accepted. His questions are absolutely mind-blowing. Absolutely, the questions are framed in such a way. They will make you think before you answer those questions, before you attempt those questions. He will make you think that you have to think about the question before you attempt it. So his books for 6th, 7th and 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, whether it is CBSE, whether it is ISC, whether it is ICSC, and many boards, whosoever has adopted CBSE syllabus, our books are being used there.